Welcome back, focused learners, to another explainer. Let's just jump right into it. Today, we're exploring a deeply serene, completely grounded, and honestly incredibly practical framework for inside-out spiritual healing. You know that feeling when you just desperately need a profound sense of safety? Picture the calm of a vibrant, sunlit room. You're just existing. You're comfortable in your everyday clothes, completely at peace, and totally present in the moment. Well, that is the exact energy we're decoding today. We're going to map out how this massive spiritual concept translates directly into real, everyday emotional healing. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First up, the cosmic womb. Second, healing the four bodies. Third, systems of divine grace. And finally, we'll wrap up with mastering unconditional love. All right, section 1, the cosmic womb, the ultimate nurturer of form. Let's start at the very foundation of the universe before we zoom into our daily lives. So, what exactly is the Divine Mother? Well, she represents the second principle of the Trinity, divine love and wisdom. You'll often hear this referred to as matter or mater. She is literally the feminine principle of receptivity, deep compassion, and the gestation of the soul. Think of her as the Holy Spirit in action, right here within our physical, material world. See, while the Father principle provides the raw will and the rigid structure, the Divine Mother is the cosmic womb. She provides that essential comfort, the nurturing, and the inside-out healing that actually allows the soul to take shape and grow. Now, this whole operation breaks down into a nested hierarchy. It's kind of like a step-by-step descent of grace. We start way up at the top with the layer of the cosmic virgin. This represents infinite potential, that primordial sea of light from which all matter is born. Then we step it down a notch to the layer of the Queen of Peace, who acts as an emotional harmonizer. Think of this layer as a cosmic sedative that just smooths out the raw, heavy intensity of our emotions. Finally, we get down to the layer of the divine comforter, the healer of trauma. I mean, imagine being a normal 25-year-old just trying to navigate the daily anxieties of modern life, right? This bottom layer is where that profound personal trauma release happens. It gives you that absolutely essential feeling of being completely held, dissolving years of emotional isolation. Moving right along to section 2, healing the four bodies, nourishing the systems within. Now we're shifting our focus to how this cosmic energy actively integrates into our everyday existence. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that happens. This integration occurs across our four bodies, connecting the abstract idea of grace to very tangible things. In your emotional body, her impact replaces those harsh, knee-jerk reactions with the frequency of love. In the physical body, it's all about real nourishment and holy warmth. It restores your physical vitality and gives you that strong, protective gut feeling. Over in the mental body, it clears out density through inspiration, sparking intuition and opening up what's called the eyes of the heart. And finally, in the memory or lower etheric body, she acts almost like a spiritual solvent. It gently unties those deep energetic knots, replacing ancestral pain with a profound sense of absolute safety. Now take a second to consider your own socialized self. You know those reactive layers of personality we build up based on the need for approval or the fear of rejection in a world that can often feel pretty harsh and isolated. We all have it. But contrast that with the essence self. The Divine Mother's energy actively strips away that fear and replaces it with this deeply integrated, virtuous essence self. This is where your heart truly perceives integrated social and spiritual insights. It allows you to operate from a place of genuine virtue rather than just firing off conditioned reactions. It's a real game changer. That brings us to section 3, systems of divine grace, the Holy Spirit as the breath of comfort. Let's look at the actual operational mechanisms of this healing. Let's just slow down our pacing for a second here. Read this with me. The body feels saturated with divine peace, dissolving the knots in the etheric web. Wow. Just take that in. The source makes it crystal clear that this isn't just some intellectual mental exercise. No way. This is a visceral, comforting, physical manifestation. Picture yourself in a beautifully detailed, vibrant mental sanctuary. You're completely grounded. You're totally safe from the noise and pressure of the outside world. It's that exact feeling of deep, unshakable calm where your nervous system finally just exhales that this spiritual mechanism provides. So how does this peace actually manifest socially in our day-to-day lives? Well, the mother principle actually coordinates angelic resonance and what the source calls fated connections. By synchronizing with clean angelic auras, beings completely free from ego distortions, your emotional body remembers its true clean essence. And through this, the mother orchestrates fated connections. We're talking about soulmates or finding a truly supportive community of peers. It's a mechanism specifically designed to heal years of emotional loneliness. It provides a very physical, everyday manifestation of divine belonging right here in the real world. How amazing is that? And the real beauty of all this? It doesn't stop with just you receiving healing. Actually, scratch that, it expands outward. The Divine Mother upgrades our spiritual sensory feelings, creating a vibrant mental sanctuary within us. When this happens, you shift from simply being comforted to actively projecting that comfort. Through your upgraded discernment and gut feelings, your heart and aura begin to literally radiate virtuous divine feelings, the fruit of the Spirit, out into your environment. You actively begin to harmonize the spaces around you, essentially creating that safe, vibrant sanctuary for everyone else. And that leads us to our final stage, Section 4. Mastering unconditional love, becoming a cosmic vessel. This is where you transform into a nurturing creator yourself. Here, we are introduced to the incredible concept of the pink ray. According to the source, in this highest layer, unconditional love transforms from a fluctuating, reactive emotion into a spirit-activated virtue. It literally becomes the cohesive bond of the soul. By mastering this layer, we shed that socialized self entirely and return to our Crystic Conscience. When you hold this specific frequency, you aren't just healing your own emotional loneliness anymore. You are actually healing global isolation, simply through the undeniable frequency of absolute belonging that you naturally project out into the world. So the crucial point is really seeing the difference here. Think about ego-driven forcing for a minute. That's when we react out of pure anxiety and constantly try to force or control life events, right? We've all been there. Now compare that to spiritual gestation, which is the mastery of the mother's power. It's about soaking in the light of presence. It's trusting the protective spiritual womb of nurturing creation and allowing divine seeds to naturally become physical reality. It is the profound difference between anxious exhaustion and serene creative alignment. To achieve this state, we need the integration of nurturing wisdom. This is wisdom in action. It means consistently using those eyes of the heart we talked about earlier to see the divine potential in absolutely everything around you. It means looking past the trauma stored up in someone's nervous system and speaking directly to their highest self, their solar blueprint. And crucially, it involves the intuitive synthesis of life cycles. That's knowing exactly how to grow and knowing exactly when it's time to rest. This deep, profound patience clears the memory body of all karmic seeds of lack, allowing you to navigate complex life seasons with absolute grace. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. How will you use the eyes of your heart to see the divine potential today? I really encourage you to take this serene, deeply grounded framework right out into your vibrant, everyday world. Whether you're navigating a busy workday, chatting in a local coffee shop, or just sitting quietly with a friend, remember your massive capacity to both receive and radiate this profound comfort. You literally have the power to be a living sanctuary. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay focused and keep learning.